Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be sharing my Spanish Grand Prix predictions. This was recorded before FP3 and based on no DNFs. Let's get into it. So in P20 I'm going to go with Nikita Mazepin, and he finished P19 in Portugal with only Raikkonen behind him in DNF. And he finished a minute behind Latifi. In FP1 and FP2 he was P20 in both of them. P19 I'm going to go with Nicholas Latifi. He finished P18 in Portugal, and it has been out-qualified by his teammate in every race. FP1 and FP2 is P16 and P18. P18 now, I'm going to go with Schumacher. Had a great race in Portugal, P17, and it was the first time he was ahead of somebody else other than his teammate in F1. FP1 and FP2 finished P18 and P19. P17, George Russell. Finished P16 in Portugal as the Williams lacked pace, and only missed out in Q3 by 0.05 of a second. In FP1 he was replaced by Roy Nissany, who finished P17, and when Russell got back in the car in FP2 he also finished P17. P16 now, Antonio Giovinazzi, P12 in Portugal, P13 in FP1, P13 in FP2, and he's finished one position behind his teammate in Bahrain and Imola. P15, Lance Stroll, P14 in Portugal, P10 FP1, P14 FP2, and he scored 5 points so far this season. P14, Yuki Tsunoda, P15 in Portugal, P11 in FP1 and P7 in FP2, and he's only scored points on his debut when he finished P9 in Bahrain. P13, I'm going to go Kimi Raikkonen, a DNF in his last race, and he was the only person to do it in Portugal. In FP1 he was replaced by Robert Kubica, who finished P19 whilst also ditching it in the gravel trap at the new configuration at turn 10. But he was back in the car for FP2 and finished P16. P12 I'm going to go Sebastian Vettel, P13 in Portugal, P8 in FP1, P11 in FP2, but he has aero upgrades for this weekend, so hopefully we can expect a little bit more from him. P11 go with Pierre Gasly, P10 in Portugal, P7 in FP1 and P6 in FP2. He has out-qualified his teammate in every race, so he may be further up the grid than what I'm predicting. P10 Esteban Ocon, P7 in Portugal, P12 in FP1 and P4 in FP2, and he's beaten his teammate in every race. P9 now, I'm going to go with Lando Norris, P5 in Portugal, P4 in FP1 and P12 in FP2, and he's not finished lower than 5th this season. P8, I'm going to go with Fernando Alonso. He finished P8 in Portugal, P15 FP1 and P5 in FP2, and he has 5 points this season, and the Alpines are showing really good pace, so they may be further. P7, I'm going to go Carlos Sainz, P11 in Portugal, P6 in FP1, P8 in FP2, and he's still yet to beat his teammate. P6, I'm going to go Daniel Ricciardo, P9 in Portugal after a disaster in Q1, P14 in FP1 and P15 in FP2, and he has in Portugal he achieved his lowest finish since Turkey 2020. P5 Sergio Perez, he finished P4 in Portugal, P9 in FP1 and P10 in FP2, and Portugal was his highest result since his win in Sakir. P4 Valterri Bottas, he finished P3 in Portugal, P1 in FP1, P2 in FP2, and hasn't finished higher than 3rd this season. P3, bit of a surprise, Charles Leclerc, finished P6 in Portugal, P5 in FP1 and P3 in FP2. This is his 63rd race in F1, and I can see him, he's going quietly around about his business. I can see him challenging at the top. P2, Max Verstappen, he's finished P2 in Portugal, P2 in FP1 and P9 in FP2, and this is his 100th race for Red Bull this weekend. And finally P1, I'm going to go with Lewis Hamilton, P1 in Portugal, P3 in FP1, P1 in FP2, and he's aiming for his 100th pole position and his 98th win. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, turn on the notification bell and like this video. See you in the next one.